I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support the channel, please go check out the link in the description for some awesome TGS merch. If you're like me, you'll struggle to get your knives razor sharp. So we've got Mark here today to show us how. Go for it.
Hi. Two knives, both my own. This is my everyday knife. At the moment, it's got an edge on it.
It's quite sharp by my standards.
Yeah, but you're not going to cut yourself. I mean, I wouldn't do that in a minute with it. We have a strop. This is, well, I thought it was plywood in the last video, but it's actually two bits of 18mm chipboard stuck together, piece of leather, green, metal polishing compound, just ground on essentially. This is quite an old strop, but nothing wrong with it. Stropping, so easy, so quick. You've got, this is actually a convex grind, and then you've got your cutting edge. All you're trying to do is lose the shadow underneath the cutting edge. That's your angle. Make reference, some guys like to put finger behind so that they can feel
you get that consistent angle.
So, and it's just, you're not trying to cut in, and it's gentle, no pressure. This blade is particularly easy to do because it's fairly straight. I'll show you another one in a minute. Okay. Try and keep track of roughly how many you do per side. Then if you do want to find the angle again, you can see the shadow disappears, finger underneath, and just maintain that. And because the leather's soft, it essentially curls round, and it's just refining that very fine point. I'll do. And you'll feel the edge coming back to razor sharp. I mean, that is fairly close now. Okay, now that should be.
As he chops his arm off.
Yeah,
that is shaving sharp.
Shaving sharp. Just about.
Go on. Shave some off my own area than you. Well, I've shaved myself less than you. I also have extremely fine hair. How often do you top up the crayon?
I tend to wait until it goes completely black, shiny and smooth.
Okay.
There's lots of different opinions on it.
That's yours.
That's mine.
Works for you.
Yeah. Once you get to that point, I take a straight ruler or the back of an old scrap bit of steel, scrape the top layer off, and then reapply the buffing compound. Okay. It gets better the smoother it gets. So over time, this was done recently, so it will get better again before we go over there.
Shaving sharp.
Now we're shaving sharp. Yeah, so that's quite simple.
5 minutes work.
Yeah.
Sharpish knife to very sharp
hasn't
knife.
been hasn't been done in a few days. So.
And you do it that regularly?
I do it twice a day. I cut a lot of cardboard with this, and cardboard is super abrasive. So we'd do it twice a day is probably average.
So for that, after every deer, let's say.
Oh yeah, every deer definitely would be done. So that's your secondary bevel. Quite easy to do. Scandi grind.
So with a curved knife, obviously now we're going to be a slightly different technique. Yeah,
and the fact the blade's longer than the strop. I mean, the strop only has to be that size. You can do a big knife.
Is it a bigger the better sort of thing with a strop?
Yes and no. If you don't want to carry this in the field, do you? You're not going to stick that in your backpack, are you?
That does, as you know, require preparation and planning, neither of which are my fortes.
Whereas I've got a tiny little strop, which is kept in my knife bag.
Yeah.
My hunting bag. And it's there all the time. You use a bit of 600 grit of sandpaper.
Yeah, it's always in the laptop bag.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need to make something shiny.
Yep. So, Scandi grind. It's the same principle. Lose the shadow. So you know that you're now on that bevel. On this side, flat down. And you can even use your finger to guide it. So with this, if you're new to it, do the blade in sections. There's no need to do the whole thing in one. You can, of course, and I'll show you that in a minute, which is how I do it, but this is how I started.
Is that not going to give you an uneven edge, doing it bit by bit?
Not really. I've not found that.
Okay.
I've not. If you focus too much on one spot, of course it will. So the edge started pretty much.
So now you're actually rolling around with the edge.
Yep. You can pull away, so you can do it like so.
Again, very low pressure.
No pressure at all. Literally the weight of the blade.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to make sure we get right down to the tip. It's just maintaining that angle, and if you are off a bit, it's not going to make any difference, but you will get a real fine polish on that bevel.
On your cutting edge.
Yeah. Obviously, if you do chip the edge, which is, of course, happens.
Very possible.
Very possible if you're abusing a knife. Shaving jar. If I had any hair.
I was going to say no hair left, is there?
There we go.
Nice.
The edge on this was probably equivalent to if you'd just done a row with it.
Nice.
Yeah, so you still had a sharp edge.
And you can make it very, very sharp once again.
Yeah, and a lot of knives you'll buy won't have that shaving sharp edge on them.
Mm-hmm.
Strop.
So essentially what you're saying is you can have this strop, you can get a sharp knife sharp without using many of the on-the-market sharpening kits.
No, most of the sharpening kits on the market, when I've used them myself, have made the edge worse.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it just does. It's a very similar technique to sharpening. Stropping is probably a good way to get you into sharpening, because when you get practice at it, you can do it quite quickly and you just find the edge. I mean, I know what my knife's at, so I can just pick it up and just know where that edge is. If it's a knife that I don't know, I would take the time, look, check.
Yeah.
You know.
But like I say, you put no effort on, so it's not like you're going to ruin it.
Exactly.
No, I like that, mate.
And it is an abrasive. It's a very fine abrasive. You don't have to use green compound. Some people prefer black. For me, I find that a bit too aggressive. So,
and you buy green anywhere, so
yeah,
does that.
Yeah, buy green anywhere. You can even get small little blocks.
Cotton.
Yeah. You get small little blocks off eBay for like £1.
Yeah.
Another
good. Funny, one of those soap bars is £5 and lasts you your life.
A little green block, believe it or not, I had this and a little green block for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've still got the little green block. It's a smaller green block, which is now in my hunting bag.
Nice.
You know, but you don't have to load it up all the time. You can get diamond sprays and all other kinds of fancy stuff. It becomes silly expensive. Never found the need myself.
Keep it simple, keep it basic, and you can get your knife shaving sharp.
Another good check for the edge is paper cut. A knife will cut paper well, but won't shave. But what it does tell you, I mean, here's that the whole blade is sharp. If you've got a dull spot, a little roll in the blade, it will hang up and tear in that one spot.
So you can get back to your strop.
Back to your strop, you know that area there, for example, it's got a little roll in it. Just focus on that area a bit more and then bring it to the hole. I tend to do full lengths myself, unless I've got a spot that's particularly blunt, and then I'll focus on that spot. Just use a bit of paper just to check that the edge is consistently sharp.
Yeah.
And you've got that perfect apex. Then I'll take it to shaving, and that's where I'll start by.
Can you get sharper than shaving sharp?
I'm sure you can.
Does it matter?
Nope, not for me. And can a knife be too sharp? Of course it can. There's nothing stopping you taking a full flat grind down to a very fine apex without a secondary bevel on, but it's going to be so thin that
it will dull in about.
Exactly. Whereas this is, say, I cut cardboard all day long, which is super abrasive and really does kill blade edges. But
cardboard and baler twine.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and band straps and things like that. It does really take out the blades. But just drop it, takes a couple of minutes.
Nice.
And keep it in tip-top condition. You're better maintaining an edge than regrinding it. If you let it go too blunt, you're going to have to go back to sharpening. On stones or however you choose.
So, keep one in your hunting bag, keep one in your car, keep one at home.
Yeah.
But do look after your knives because they'll look after you, right?
Exactly.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Mark, for showing us this.
Thank you.
Take care. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.